Good afternoon and welcome to my Monday morning ministry minute. I apologize for this coming out at you a little bit late in the day, but I really wasn't sure what I wanted to talk about today, and I'm still not completely positive, and I haven't really felt very convicted about anything in particular. So I figured I'd share a little bit about the cool things I get to do in my job, as this page was really intended to reach out and let people know the things that are going on in my ministry. So one of the coolest things is when my husband and I are both getting ready for work, and we leave around the same time each day, and he's putting on his uniform because he's in the Army, and depending on the day, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Sometimes my bathing suit is under my shorts and a t-shirt, and I just kind of get to look at him and say, guess what I get to do today? There are weeks where I'll go bowling. I get to go to the pool and hang out with some teens. I had the opportunity last week to do some laser tag and some go-karts, which I've never done before. And it's a blast, and it's a great time, but what's more important is the relationships that are being built. There's a method to what we're doing. I'd like to say that we're just hanging out and having fun, but really we're working on building relationships. My community director and I spend a lot of time with youth, and the big focus of our type of ministry is relational ministry, and in that, we want to build relationships with these youths. We don't want to just see them on our club night or see them at our Bible study, because when we're only seeing them in those kind of settings, they're not necessarily feeling comfortable to ask the tough questions. I know I have a really hard time talking to people about things that are really close to my heart if I don't feel like I know them, or if I'm not sure what they're going to do with that information, or if I'm not trusting of them. So all of these cool activities that I get to do, like bowling and go-karts and laser tag and swimming and all that fun stuff, is really getting to the heart of our ministry, and that, again, is relationship building. And I've finally gotten to see the fruits of that start to happen. Those seeds that we've planted, those relationships that we've started building, some of those tough questions have started coming out. I've gotten to have some really neat conversations with middle schoolers about God and our salvation, and just opportunities that wouldn't have happened if we just see them Monday night, or if we just see them in a Wednesday night Bible study. But it's through that interaction. And I want to encourage any of you that have kids or have youth in your life that you're going to be working with. I don't have kids of my own, but I plan to be a huge part of my niece and future nephew's life. And I know that they're not going to listen to a darn thing I have to say if I'm not building relationship with them. Parents, make sure that you're not just talking at your kids when something's going on, but really work on building those relationships so that they know that they can trust you, that you're showing up. That's what youths want. I'm finding more and more, especially in the military community, they want that consistency. They want somebody that says they're going to be somewhere and that they're going to be there and that they're going to continue to show up over and over again. And I really wanted to find some cool scripture to support and talk about this, but I just haven't had the opportunity today. But I also want us to be really mindful of not just relationships with youth, but take it a step further and think about our relationships with people. I was talking to a great friend not too long ago, and she made the comment that other than her mother, I'm the only person she talks to on the phone. And that's just a really sad statement about our society these days. We don't even email people anymore because it takes too long to actually write out full sentences. I mean, if it's longer than a tweet or a text or a quick Facebook message, we're not taking that time to build relationships with people. And so, although I want to focus on my ministry and what I'm doing with youth, I want us to also focus on and think about how we interact and relate with the other adults in our world. It would be really cool to see what the Facebook specifically has to say about Facebook and texting. It's a little bit trickier to find in there, but Jesus has great messages on how we're supposed to relate with others and how we're supposed to relate with people and how we're supposed to build friendships. And it's really important that we start focusing on those things. So with all of my babbling and all the things I had to share today, I really want us to focus on it and look at the relationships that we're building, and how the ministry that I get to be blessed to be a part of is really not just hanging out and doing all these fun things, although that's part of what we do. It's really building those relationships so that we can effectively change lives. And again, don't just look at that with youth, but look at that with all of the relationships in your lives. Something to think about over the course of the week. Think about those people that maybe you haven't talked to on the phone in a while or face-to-face. Maybe reach out and make some of those calls. Write out a letter, or even actually send an email that's longer than that. I don't know how many character tweets you can have. Anyway, be blessed, and I will see you next Monday.